Sorry, Novak, you're not allowed to come play here. Sorry, I know it's Flushing Meadows. I know you dominate here, but you don't got that shot that we all kind of need. Sorry, not sorry, you're not allowed to come.
Just take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52-51.
Got me in my hormones. All gas, no brakes. Score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I. It's Mitch. I am back. Sports Show episode 218 here, live, unlive, CJSW, University of Calgary. It doesn't matter where we're actually doing it. It kind of does. This is a new home and we love it here. But we're international. We're all over the place. Just take a look at us. We are the Sports Show. Join us. Thousands already have. Hundreds have already listened to us and joined us on the YouTube channel. The Sports Show TV. Go there on your favorite YouTube. Click the subscribe button. Join the others that are loving this live, unlive. Dimitri warned me that doing this alone was going to, cause some controversy. It was going to cause some issues where people are going to be haters. Some people are going to hate. Some people are going to love. At the end of the day, so far it's been good. I have to admit, a lot of people are saying, it's different to have Dimitri one for 4 weeks and then you for 4 weeks. But the consensus, Dimitri, and I got to be honest, they just love both of us. So I look forward to seeing you back, partner, because I'm having a good time. But I have to admit, my biggest worry was, will I have anything to talk about? Will I have enough to talk about? The reality is, oh, yeah. I got lots to talk about, Dimitri. You're not going to believe what's been going on. That's why you got to listen to the Sports Show. You got to join us here and listen to all the fun stuff that has been going on in the sporting world. So I wanted to start with, let's say, like the U.S. Open, absolutely doing what they normally do again, which is making no sense. Novak Djokovic, the guy that won Wimbledon just a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, Novak, you're not allowed to come play here. Sorry, I know it's Flushing Meadows. I know you dominate here, but you don't got that shot that we all kind of need. Sorry, not sorry, you're not allowed to come. I'm still trying to figure tennis out. The rest of the world has opened up its borders. Like Greece is overflowing with people as they're traveling and coming in. But we're not letting in the number one golf player in the world to come and play. The guy that's, wanting to break records. Nadal's going to have probably another chance of coming one up on the Novak. But hey, I digress. It doesn't matter. Novak will find his way back in, and he will absolutely. So we could have started with that, but we can't start with that. Could have started with the Open Championship in golf. Rory McIlroy last week, St. Andrews out, in this glorious golf haven. It's heaven for golfers. Everyone's traveling there, trying to play a course there, trying to play that beautiful course. He's there. He's ahead of the group. He's doing everything, and he falls apart again. The man, Cam Smith from Australia, Mr. Joe Dirt, as I've kind of dubbed him. The guy's got a mullet. The guy came out of nowhere and couldn't miss a putt. He could have probably putted from the tees and got it in. Like, that's how amazing this guy was on the final day of the Open Championship, and absolutely comes out of nowhere and wins it. So congratulations. We could have started there, but we can't start there. We could have started with what I kept thought was some sort of glitch in the Matrix yesterday. I kept flipping through the channels, and I saw the Blue Jays had 28 runs scored against the Boston Red Sox in Boston. I'm like, well, this has got to be a mistake. This can't be what I think it is. No, it was. Somehow, right after the All-Star break, the Boston Red Sox decided that they didn't want to play anymore, and they just walked away. They walked away from the game. The Blue Jays end up getting a franchise record 28 runs yesterday against the Boston Red Sox. And in Boston, hey, respect to Boston, that's the most amount of runs they've ever given up. So I wanted to start there. I kind of wanted to talk about a little Juan Soto, who's a Major League Baseball player. I was watching a little bit of that All-Star game. Hey, kudos to Major League Baseball in their All-Star game. Good game. The home run derby, it's getting better. It's not slam dunk NBA fiasco and disgust that is. But the home run derby, it's coming around. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Juan Soto, who turned down a 14-year contract worth $440 million from the Nationals. And then the Nationals, when he called the National and says, hey, okay, I'm done here at the All-Star game. I made us look good. I won the home run derby. Send a plane for me. They're like, whoa. No plane for you, sir. you're going to have to take a commercial flight back here and to the games. Absolutely love that story. I think it's great where on 1 minute you're giving this guy everything and a bag of chips, and now all of a sudden you're like, no, get in line like everybody else. And by the way, you're going to be rerouted through Pearson Airport. Just throwing that out there to you guys. We don't care. All right? We'll see you when we see you, Soto. So we're not going to start with those three stories. What we're going to start with is the NHL again. Ladies and gentlemen, roster, everyone that listens to the podcast, this has taken on a life of its own, okay? So a couple of weeks ago, right on this very podcast, my first one on my own, I sat here and told you guys that Johnny Hockey is not going to re-sign with the Calgary Flames. I had my reasons. I went through them. Go back to the podcast, and you'll see why. And like I've told you once, I'll say it again. I was absolutely correct. I was dead on. Where I was a little off, though, was the team that he signed with. And this is where no one got it right. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be the most NHL insider of the insider of the insider, and you got it wrong too. Out of nowhere, Johnny Hockey signed, 7 years, $9.75 million with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, I agree. I kind of forgot they were in the NHL as well. But I digress. Since the time he signed, it opened up a crater of problems here in Calgary. Because for a lot of, and we'll get into it a little bit, Johnny Hockey to the Calgary Flames and to the NHL. But if you want to use a little, for those that don't know a lot about hockey, let me give you an analysis, kind of a comparison. Johnny Hockey is like Kyle Murray of your Arizona Cardinals in the National Football League, the quarterback. They're about the same in stature, and that's how important they both are to their team. Both talented, great players, and the minute you take them out of that equation, you got a problem. You got a problem because like good playmakers, like good setup guys, the NFL doesn't have a lot of quarterbacks. So when you take a good quarterback, no matter what you think of him, a good quarterback out, you got yourself a little bit of a problem, and that's what happened. So Johnny Hockey decides he doesn't want to play in Calgary anymore. He left between $15 to $17.5 million on the board, telling all of Calgary, Calgary management, Calgary Flames fans, everybody, sorry, I don't want to be here. Well, that cascaded into a huge amount of issues from everyone in the media ripping Johnny down to just the avid, the normal fan can't understand. And then you got your hockey analysts also not understanding, like, why would this guy go? But the answer was always there. It was on episode 216 when I gave it to you guys. He's not a leader. And I can prove my point even more. I told you guys, him wearing the C is not his thing. He doesn't like wearing it. He doesn't like all the pressure. And by going to Columbus, he proved to everyone that I was absolutely correct in that thought process. I'll take it one step further. Last week, after hearing all the rumblings and how we hate him now and this and that, and you got the other fans that are like, well, he's got the right to do. Absolutely, he does. But where I'm right, where he's not a leader, he goes and pulls a presser where he told everyone his story. And he had to have a presser to do the signing, everyone knows. But then he writes a letter to the city of Calgary. And it wasn't just a one-pager. We're talking, it was probably like 6 pages long, explaining why he didn't sign in Calgary. So when you have to explain, if you're a superstar and you got to explain why you're not coming back, that's what I'm talking about. No leadership qualities. The guy basically started off with like he wasn't around when his dad had a heart attack. Yeah, that's sad, and I agree. You were far away. Absolutely. Can't condone the guy for that one. But that was in 2018, so that was a little while ago. Then the COVID thing. And this is where a lot of people now are jumping in and saying, well, the restrictions here in Canada were so severe that, during COVID, he missed his family. Again, I agree with that. However, how Johnny went through COVID and how we all go through COVID is a little different. And I'm not trying to say one's better than the other, but, Johnny, you have a lot of other luxuries that other people do not, which is money. You have family. You got the Zoom. You got the Flames organization behind you. I know it's not mom's casserole. I know it's not mom's, fajita night. I get that. And I know everyone just wants to be near their loved ones during times like that. But it's not like you were left alone. Like I said once, I'll say it again. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I was born and raised. So is my counterpart, Dimitri. This was voted the 3rd greatest city to live in the world. In the world. So you got great people. You got a good organization that took a flyer on you, might I add, in the 6th round and said, let's grab this little guy out of Maine University, Boston College, wherever you went down in the States, and we bring you over. Everyone kind of said, yeah, he's the best college hockey player, but he's going to be good in the NHL. And you even alluded to that in your letter saying I didn't have to sign. I could have easily gone and become a free agent by not signing, but I didn't. When you have to explain your whole history to us, well, let me explain something back to you, Johnny Hockey, is that the Calgary Flames did mold you. They did make you. They brought in guys to take care of you and protect you and do everything like that. And don't forget the kind of the turmoil, and you know what I'm talking about, that you caused a little bit to the entire Flames organization your first couple of years here as well. However, that happened. He also went on the Spitting Chicklets podcast, big hockey podcast, just to explain his case. When you have to do the letter writing and you got to go on to major podcasts and you're in the media trying to explain why you left, in my humble opinion, that just means that you actually didn't know what you were going to do last minute. I agree. But you also are not that leader that Calgary so badly wants, because we've had great leaders. The Giordano was an amazing leader. The Iggy, an amazing leader. Until this day, Mr. Lanny McDonald still may be the greatest leader that the Calgary Flames have ever had. We need that guy along with the talent. Your talent's great, but your leadership's lacking. You're gone. So with that, like I said, by him not signing, what it did was it opened up a lot of problems inside the dressing room. Other guys that are looking to sign here going, wait a minute, if Johnny's not passing me the puck, how am I going to score? Who am I talking about? I'm talking to you, Matthew Tkachuk. Mere hours ago, Matthew Tkachuk and the Calgary Flames worked out a trade. But let's go a couple of days back from that. Matthew Tkachuk turns around after hearing that Johnny's not going to come back, the guy that got him basically his 104 points last year, and said, hey, whoa. I know what Johnny did was really, what, can you believe what he just did? Can you just believe what this guy did? Goes down to Columbus. Hey, by the way, Brad, listen, I know I'm only going to be basically on a 1 year. Why don't you just take it into consideration, tell the rest of the guys, I'm not going to sign here next year. So, hey, trade me, man. Trade me. I'm giving you the opportunity to trade me. And Brad Treliving now and all the Flames fans and media and everyone are going, oh my God, our two best players are going to be gone if we don't do something. In Johnny's case, we're also upset because we couldn't do anything with him. We were so focused and thinking he is 100% going to sign with us that we had kind of no plan B ready. Then his buddy, another American counterpart of his, says, hey, I need to get back down to the States. I really miss my mom's casserole. I just need to get somewhere down there. I don't care where. Just send me down there. And Matthew Tkachuk told the NHL world, told the Calgary Flames fans, guys, just a little FYI, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Trade me. I'm willing to be traded. I'm not going to sign here long term. So it really, again, brings up that idea. What is wrong with Calgary? Why is it that these guys don't want to stick here? And I mean, there's a variety of maybe reasons why, but it doesn't really make sense, especially with how great we've treated them here, how much we love them. I mean, let's call it what it is, Matthew. You haven't been, the easiest guy to get along with. We're sticking up for you. You're that guy that goes to the bar and starts a lot of fights, and we're always there to back you up and make sure that you don't, get beaten up too badly. So you got to give us some credit here. We're doing everything we can to protect you, and then you go and start a fight and you want to walk off, and we're here to clean up the mess. Well, with that being said, he says, can I get traded? And like I said, mere hours ago, this is the exclusive. There is no other podcast, I guarantee you, that's coming out this fast to tell you what has happened. Matthew Tkachuk has been dealt. There was a lot of rumbling that he's going to go back to St. Louis. He might go to Ottawa to be with his brother. St. Louis is where he's from originally, and his dad played, so that story was there. There was another story that I absolutely loved, and I truly thought he was going to go there, and I would have been the happiest guy, I'm not going to lie to you, only from a drama point of view. Not so much because I thought that this team had a lot to give us back. It was the Boston Bruins were in the running, apparently. Him and Marchand together, and Kadri still hasn't signed anywhere. This was a dream made in heaven for me. I literally thought to myself, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in sports. Please, God, please let Tkachuk go to Boston and Kadri sign there and have this Hansen 2.0 line together. This would have been the greatest thing of all time. It didn't happen. What happened, though, was that he gets traded to the Florida Panthers. We must have some sort of deal with Florida. I don't know. We sent Sam Bennett there. Sam talks to the guys. Treliving talks to the big guys down there and says, hey, my job's on the line here. I don't know what the heck happened. Johnny screwed me over. Oh, did I say Johnny? I meant to say John. John screwed me. What do you guys got to help me out. We're a little brotherhood over here, you guys. Help me out. What can you do? Florida picks up the phone and says, all right, we like him. We'll give you Mackenzie Weezer. Okay, I like it so far. I like what you got. We'll give you this Schmidt guy. Yeah, okay. I like that. What about a first-round draft pick? Conditional, depending where we end up in it. All right. I like it. Hey, listen, Treliving here. What about Hubert, though? I mean, I know it's a little bit of a... Yeah, sure. We'll give him. I'm sorry, what? You're going to give us Huberto? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Huberto and Johnny Gaudreau almost are like clones. They're almost like twins in a weird way. Both super talented. Stature-wise, they're similar. I think Huberto's got a couple inches on him. But very similar playmaking guy. So we went 2 steps back by losing Tkachuk and Johnny. And Treliving, who was backed into a corner, don't put Treliving in a corner, turns around and pulls a 4-for-1 deal for a guy that said he wasn't going to be here. Now, granted, Weezer and Huberto are on 1 year's left, but this is our opportunity, Calgary. This is where we got to come out. I mean, the minute they land in Calgary, everyone, we're redoing the Stampede. We're redoing the Stampede. We have to. We make them the Grand Marshals. We are going to get them on those horses, walk them down Deerfoot, get them down. We got to redo everything. I'm sorry. We got to redo everything. We cannot let these guys leave now. They're here. Hopefully they play to the expectation that they were set out to do, and we go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NHL the last couple of weeks. It has been absolutely crazy bonkers. Back and forth. And you got a guy like Treliving, who right now to me was like, the way I viewed him is, Johnny Hockey says, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. Sorry, John. Sorry, Brad. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Yeah, I know it's the last minute. I could have called you a month ago, but you know what? I don't want to be here. I don't care. I'm leaving. And then, I can imagine Brad walking into a room and he's just like, hey, Matthew, you believe this guy? Yeah, listen, about that, I'm going to roll out too. Like, Brad probably is like, okay, hold my, like, you guys put this guy's job in order. Like, I don't know if he's going to end up being the GM for that much longer or how much longer he's going to, but this trade, I think Brad Treliving said, you want to play rough? Okay, let's play rough. Okay, let's play rough. And he did the whole machine gun thing where he took down everyone. And I have to admit, right now, he looks spectacular. Brad Treliving, I gave you a little bit of a hard time the last couple weeks that I don't think you had, and I think you kind of proved it. I think you kind of proved me right. You didn't have a plan B ready, but you sure the hell pulled off a plan C and a plan D. So far, so good, Brad. Now, if you were able to somehow get Kadri to come, me and South Carolina George were talking about this. If somehow you get it, you almost did like a full reversal. Huberto, Johnny Gaudreau, kind of the same guy. And if you get Kadri and Tkachuk, kind of the same guy, you almost gave tit for tat. Now, I think I speak for all Flames now. We'd rather have kept the 2 guys that we know. It's the devil you know rather than the devil you don't know. But hey, those 2 guys are gone now. Hasta la vista, get lost. Welcome, Jonathan Huberto. I'm kind of curious and excited. And by the way, a little thing. He waived his no trade to come to Calgary. That's huge for me. That's a big one, saying he's okay with coming to Calgary. He's heard good things. He wants to be here. He's going to be probably a sports show killer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I have a feeling that our boy Huberto is going to be that guy. From there, let's talk a little bit about, another little guy, Kyle Murray. Kyle Murray, a couple of weeks ago, about a couple of months ago, right after the NFL season, started doing some crazy things on his social media. He started scrubbing. His social media of everything Arizona. He's like, Arizona? Did I play there? No. I won the Heisman in Oklahoma. I was drafted by the A's in the 6th overall, 9th overall, something like that. Arizona. Yeah, sounds familiar, but I have no idea. So he was pretty upset with the management. He wanted his extension. They kind of made up. They said, all right, okay, we'll give you what you want, little Kyle. We'll give you what you need. We're happy with you. We love you. Just don't get so upset all the time. And what happens? They give him $230.5 million, 160 of it guaranteed as of right now. And if everything goes the right way, he's making Rodgers money. He's just under Rodgers. He's making $46 million a year. Ladies and gentlemen, kind of like the Johnny Gaudreau thing, that's how big a deal Kyle Murray is to the Arizona Cardinals. Like, he is a big deal. He is the reason. Like, yeah, they got Hopkins and they've got Fitzgerald and they've got Connor in the backfield, but this guy makes it hum. If these guys are there and Kyle's gone, this team is back in the toughest division in football, I might add, in the NFC West. This team reverts back to being one of the worst teams in the NFL. With Kyle Murray in one of the most competitive divisions, they are a team to be reckoned with. But I love how Kyle Murray kind of played the hard ball, but so did Arizona. They were back and forth. It was kind of funny. It's like, they were like that couple where they love to fight each other, but when they get home, you know it's on. Oh, yeah, you know it's on. It's good. From there, I did want to talk a little bit of the Juan Soto thing. I already talked to you guys a little bit about because I thought, who turns down $440 million over 14 years? These baseball contracts are crazy. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, Juan Soto is the kind of guy at 24 years old, I might add, where I'm like, normally, old school Mitch would say, take the money and run. No, this one I'm in complete agreement with him. Why? Because at 24, if they're offering you 440, what are the other teams going to offer you? Because you are that complete player. You are that good. And I'm saying to myself, this guy is so good that somebody might give him $500 million. I actually think he might be that first guy to get a $500 million contract. I think it's up there. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to see it. I want to be in this world where somebody's getting $500 million as a contract. And I think Juan Soto is the guy that's going to do it in baseball. And then somebody's going to beat him out, but I want to see the first guy to get it. So with Juan, you showed everyone at the home run derby that you're a killer. You're a killer. You're a sports show killer. And I'll tell you why. Because everyone was on the Pujols train. Oh, Albert Pujols, he's going to win the home run derby. Oh, my God, he beat the young guy. Oh, he's coming. Yeah. And Juan Soto said, yeah, listen, it's my contract year. I have to take a commercial flight out of here, so I got to win this right away, and I got to go on my way. Juan Soto, ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, he will be the guy that makes $500 million in contract money in the next little while. In fact, one other little thing, Edmonton Oiler fan, I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth. This is what you need to learn. Here's a guy that is worth big money right now. He's worth everything. A minute ago, I just told you Matthew Tkachuk, 104-point guy with Johnny Gaudreau. No Johnny Gaudreau? Maybe a 70, 80-point guy. Maybe. You got a guy like Juan Soto. If Matthew Tkachuk is getting a 4-for-1 and Juan Soto is turning down $440 million, what does a Draisaitl and McDavid say? Find out next week. I know this has been the cliffhanger each and every week, but find out next week what I got to say about that. You'll be intrigued. I put a lot of thought into this. I have. I know you guys think I haven't. I promise you, I absolutely have. I did want to talk a little bit about the Cam Smith thing, which we talked about at the beginning, but something else happened yesterday, which is near and dear to all our hearts. It's the WWE. Vincent Kennedy McMahon effectively retired as both the chairman and CEO, president of WWE. He's gone. And it was kind of sad because, look, there's allegations and things out right now that he had kind of extramarital affairs. Hush money was thrown around, all this stuff. And now a guy named Nick Khan and his daughter, Stephanie McMahon, are going to take over the WWE as co-chairs. What can I tell you? Bottom line is this. Growing up, and we've talked about this on other podcasts, me, Dimitri, South Carolina, George, a lot of us grew up where wrestling was our babysitter. Wrestling literally took care of us while our parents were out working hard, doing their thing. This is what we absolutely were part of. Tasso, Dimitri's brother as well, where the three of them, by the way, all met in one of the episodes. You got to go back and listen to it, but pretty funny. But long story short, kind of sad. It's sad that Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you're fired. All that's gone. All gone in the snap of a finger. I'm kind of sad about it because I loved Vince McMahon. I always enjoyed that swagger walk. When he figured out what his persona was in the WWE, I don't think there was anybody better. I absolutely loved it. I'm already missing it. So I say to him, thank you. Thank you for entertaining myself, and hopefully I get to show some of these videos to my son as he gets a little older and maybe he'll understand it. And I don't know what right now I'm not the biggest fan of the WWE because I feel like it's kind of almost too gimmicky, but they put their rating up the other day, I noticed, TV 14. So if they get back to that old school, like old school, like that generation where they were doing some crazy things. Yeah, you might get me back in, once my son gets of age, because apparently, he's too young and my wife won't let us watch it too much. But I just wanted to say that really quickly to Vince McMahon. I'm sorry. I'm happy you're retired. You deserve it. You've worked really hard. You made $1 billion company from guys in tights running around and smashing into each other. Hey, it's not a bad way to make money. Well done. Well done, sir. From there, we're going to go to everyone's favorite segment. It is Rapid Banter. A woman is suing a guy that she met online for $10,000. She said the date didn't go very well. Great story to tell your friends, or casualties of dating. Well, listen, lady, you're going to sue guys when the date didn't go your way and you're going to sue them for $10,000. You're never going to get a date again. And in fact, a lot of guys are going to start swiping left going forward. Like, there's no way that guys are going to want to date girls when they're suing them because they didn't get the perfect date. This is ridiculous. This is unbelievable. I couldn't believe this story when I read it. And it's a thing. I watched the video. Ladies and gentlemen, go to TMZ, find what I'm talking about. It's intense. This lady is adamant to sue this guy, and she will probably end up getting it. Elon Musk is in Mykonos for vacation. He is also in a lawsuit over Twitter because he doesn't want to buy them anymore. Ouzo for the distress, or nice long swim. I tell you, Elon, I saw some pictures of you. I think you need some sun, buddy. Holy moly, you are a pasty guy. I know, well, you're an IT guy. You're probably locked in a room at all times. But, dude, catch some sun. Vitamin D, man. Vitamin D. J-Lo got married last week to Ben Affleck. She took his name. She's Jen Affleck. Is she still Jenny from the block? Great question to myself. No, she's not. She's been Jenny, not from the block, 6 other times. So, no, she hasn't been Jenny from the block for a while. Johnny Depp plays music. I don't know if you ever heard it. What's worse, his music or the person that has to change his bedding? I would actually probably rather change his bedding. I heard some of the bars. I'm not. Johnny, stick to acting, buddy. It's not your the music thing's not your thing. I respect that you're an artist. I respect that you can do some things, but yeah, stick to John Sparrow, man. Cam Smith, the Aussie who last week won the Open Championship, is working on a deal with Live Golf. Too soon, or yes, working all the different angles. I'll be honest with you, I love this story. I wanted to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, the Live Golf thing is happening. These guys are throwing so much money that all the big golfers, they're going to do this. They're going to go win their PGA championships, those really big items, ticket items, things that look great on the resume. And then for the money, they are absolutely, not that the PGA doesn't give these guys money either, but the money that's being thrown around in Live Golf right now, you've got to jump on it. They got to do it. By the way, he looks exactly like Joe Dirt. If you didn't get a chance to see him, he looks like Joe Dirt won a PGA championship of some kind. It's unbelievable. Next one. Direct flight, layover, or cancel. Places to visit: Mykonos, Ibiza, or the Cayman Islands. Ooh. Direct flight to Mykonos, please. I'll do a layover for Ibiza, and I'll cancel my Cayman Islands. I know some people that go down there. A lot of hurricanes down there. A lot of hurricanes. John Cena got married to a young lady 2 years ago. She's from Vancouver, BC, believe it or not. And they finally had the reception. Which WWE superstar should be his best man? Well, that's easy. It's woo! It's Ric Flair. All day, every day. All day, every day. It's the limousine riding Ric Flair. It's got to be Ric Flair. And that is it, my friends. From there, we go to Maga or Malaka. You know how it goes. I got 2 of them for you. We talk this week. It seems like a lot of little guys got their way with the NHL. You got the Jonathan Hubert over here to Calgary. You got you got Johnny Hockey going to Columbus. Kyle Murray got some money. Cam Smith's a little guy, if you haven't seen him, from the PGA. So it's short superstars that are a little shorter in stature. Maga or Malaka, if you like him or don't. And then the other one is Rory McIlroy. He pooped the bed at the Open Championship. So it's even though my shirt says Sports Show Killer, these are the non-sports show killers. These are the guys that when the going gets tough, they don't show up. So which one do you want? Okay, we'll do the short superstar. I had a feeling. I can hear Cousin Jim in my ear right now. I can hear him somewhere. Let's start with an easy one. Kevin Hart, Maga or Malaka? Oh, he's a MAGA. Like, you know what's funny is you watch him like next to Shaquille O'Neal, and he's like up to his waist, and he makes him cry and keel over more than anybody I've ever seen. Like, Shaq's a pretty lovable, easygoing guy, but when Kevin Hart gets going, and with The Rock, he's good friends with The Rock. Kevin Hart, MAGA all day. I absolutely love his humor, his banter, everything. Absolutely. Napoleon. Now, here's a guy who 5'5", 5'6", maybe even shorter for all I know, took over the world at one time. You know, he was a big guy, and a lot of people were probably a little surprised when they found out that this guy here, this Napoleon guy, took over the world. The little man syndrome, if you will. You know what? I say MAGA. I know it didn't end well for him, but at the end of the day, I liked what he was doing. I think you got to give the guy some respect, because I'm sure there's a lot of tall French guys that wanted his position, and he somehow came away saying, no, I'm the captain here. I'm the man here. Let's go to Spud Webb in the NBA years ago. Here's 5'5" Spud Webb, absolute MAGA. He was in the dunk competition, where the dunk competition has become an atrocity now. Here's this guy coming in and just dunking on people and showing you that at 5'5", whatever he is, no problem. Here's another little guy, Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee. It's got to be a MAGA. I got to give him MAGA status because he changed the world of karate, MMA, all that stuff. And everyone makes that noise when you're about to fight somebody. Everyone does. No matter if you know you're doing it or you're not doing it, you know you're doing it. What? Here, a couple more. I couldn't believe this when I saw it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this one to the end. The second last one. Tom Cruise, MAGA or Malaka? Listen, I'm going to give it a MAGA again, and I'll tell you why. Because he does his own stunts, and I haven't seen Top Gun 2, but everyone is talking about how he's absolutely doing his own stunts again, doing his thing. He learned to fly a fighter jet in like mere weeks. It's MAGA all day. Tom Cruise, MAGA. I gotta say it. I know his stance on Scientology. It's a little weird, but I don't know enough about it. I'm not gonna get controversial. Yeah, it's a little weird, but hey. The guy can fly a fighter jet. The guy was on the side of a burning plane. I don't know. I gotta go Tom Cruise. Last one. This one threw me, and I dare anybody to Google it because I had no idea. When I say to you the word Maradona, you're thinking huge soccer superstar back in the day. The guy, won Argentina the World Cup. The guy, hand of God. All these things. I assumed all these years that he was like 6 feet easily, all day long, every day. He's 5'5". He's 5'5". Bottom line, MAGA. You took over the world at one time, Maradona. I had no idea he was only 5'5". There it is. It's MAGA Malaka. It's the little guys, the little superstars of the world that take over. And you know what? Don't ever count them out because I just gave you a full slate of MAGA. I couldn't really find a Malaka here. Oh, here's one. It's Johnny Hockey. Malaka. There you go, everybody. There you go. It's the sports show. I told you. Get on to the Sports Show TV on YouTube. Click, subscribe, be a part of the roster, be part of the hundreds. Find us on Spotify, find us on Podbean, find us on iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. And that's it. It's Dimitri's got, I think, one more week. You're going to be with me one more week. I got something up my sleeve for next week. We'll see what happens. So let's do what Dimitri always says, shove it in the locker and turn on the water or something like that. I don't know. He says something like that. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great week. Love you, and talk to you next. Non-killers. Bill Buckner. He's got 100%. He's 100%. He's a MAGA. No, he's a Malak. He's a Malak. But he's a MAGA. Chris Webber. Yeah. You are. You're not a killer. Greg Norman. Rory must have been watching your highlight tapes. That's what happened there, I would imagine. Remember John Starks? Gave up the ball last minute against Utah, I believe, in the championship game, NBA. I've done that once. Doesn't feel good. Let me tell you. Doesn't feel good. Anybody that's part of the Vikings organization? Yep. Non-killer. Sorry. Just is what it is. Oh, and the biggest non-killer? Oh, yep. You're right. LeBron James. There you go, everybody. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday. I be locked in.